Deep in the world, there lived many magical creatures, but none so magical as ones that can be found within the deep sea itself. There lived a school of particularly strange creatures, a school of cuttlefish. The cuttlefish played and sang and danced all day and without a care in the world. They did not understand the problems of the world because it wasn't their world to understand. The singing and the crying of the cuttlefish were quite beautiful to those who could listen. But one day, there was a web. This strange webbing wanted to play catch. And it came back day after day to play catch with the cuttlefish. But every day, fewer and fewer cuttlefish returned. It was sad, really, until one cuttlefish remained. It swam to the surface and made its cry again and again. The cuttlefish wanted to find someone to sing with. Every day it sang over and over again, but no one ever sang back. The poor cuttlefish was alone. For months at a time, the cuttlefish continued to try and sing, tried to find some friend, find someone to play with, but no one ever sang back. The cuttlefish was truly alone, but then he had a bright idea. What if he tried doing it near the land? He waited, and then a response. He was no longer alone. This filled cuttlefish with so much joy. He continued to try and find the source of the singing, and was left in a predicament when it wasn't a cuttlefish. It was a creature that mimicked the sound of a cuttlefish. The creature was ready to kill the cuttlefish if it wasn't for a helpful arrow. The cuttlefish was sad. There was no one left to play with, no one left to sing with. Poor cuttlefish. He felt so alone in the world. He cried one more time just to see if someone would answer. But he got an answer, but it wasn't the one he wanted. "Excuse me." He looked up and saw it was a merfolk. "What are you doing out here? It's too dangerous." She picked up the little cuttlefish. The cuttlefish just began to sob in her fingers. The cuttlefish had no one else to turn to. Poor cuttlefish. He explained his situation and then continued to cry. The stranger was very concerned for the cuttlefish's well-being, and then said, "Hey, I'm heading out west. I think if you come with me, you'll find your friends." Yeah, if you want to. He nodded, and hopped on her shoulder, and then said,
Cuddlefish like mommy.
The merfolk nodded, and the two were on their way, practically inseparable.